Morning, this is Brian. Today is Sunday, May 16th, 2021, and I am in Torrey Pines State Reserve, the northern extension area. I'm here in San Diego County. Just enjoying a beautiful morning here. Kind of got drizzled on a little bit on the way here in along the ride here from Orange County, so there's a chance that I might get rained on a little bit today. So it's the first time I've been here since 2016. Been here twice before, both in 2016. Always enjoyed this area. I just can't believe I haven't been back since. I was going to go last week, but I just didn't make it out. Woke up late this morning. I got up at 4. I was out the house by about 5:30. So we're on this little sandy trail here, just in a natural garden of beauty and wonder. It's very sandy here, so might be a little bit of a pain to walk on, kind of annoying, but always loved this area. Just wish I had been here more, but now that I'm shooting videos, even more glad to be here. This beautiful canyon, little canyon here with the namesake, the Torrey pine, Pinus torreyana. This little sandy wash here got a lot of our coastal sage scrub plants. Got Baccharis saurothroides, the broom Baccharis. Broom Baccharis, one of broom Baccharis' closest relatives. Coyote brush, Baccharis pilaris, subspecies consanguinea. California bush sunflower, Ensala californica. And we've got a lot of tarragon here, Artemisia dracunculus. It's a natural, beautiful wonder over here. Guessing this is the Croton californicus, Hacmispon glaber variety glaber, coastal deer broom. It's a little narrow here. I think this might be bristly golden aster. This might be Heteroteca sessiliflora subspecies equioides. I think that's what that might be. Right away, as soon as I walk in, I see a Audubon's cottontail too. A lot of Ensala californica here. There's a lot of Asteraceae here. So a lot of beautiful plants in the sunflower family. And here's something interesting. Yucca scidigera, the Mojave yucca. So I've seen this plant along the immediate coastline, above 6,500 feet in the San Bernardino Mountains, and in the high desert. I've seen that plant in many different areas. Here we got California figwort, or California bee plant, Scrophularia californica. So this is another one of those botanist wonders. Actually, a lot of California figwort along this trail. Actually, quite a bit of it. Of course, our awesome Artemisia californica, that refreshing, sweet, spicy smell that just livens the senses. Got a very mellow, easy trail. Might be a few inclines here and there. Oh, and then we got ocean loco weed right here. Astragalus Trichopodes variety Luncus. Took me a while to remember the name of that one, the botanical name. And of course, our harder, woodier shrubs like Malosma laurina, Laurel Sumac, and there are actually definitely a few specialty plants here. Torrey pine being one of them. There are at least a couple other plants, including a very, very narrow endemic. It's not in this area, you got to go a little bit higher up towards where the chaparral is. So you got to go up higher along the ridge before you start seeing that plant. And then these Torrey pines get pretty thick and tall here, and that's because they're not being blasted by the wind all the time. So that helps them to get really large. There's one perennial plant. It's an ephemeral perennial. In other words, it has a perennial root system, but the stems and leaves are only out during the wetter part of the year, in the springtime. It's I don't know if I'll see any today, 'cause it's been an extremely dry winter that we had, and we didn't get much rain in the spring either. But that's where the Torrey pines start growing towards their potential height. Some of them here are like 70 feet tall. So I'm expecting a spotlight video to be happening today. At least, I'm thinking at least 2 spotlight videos, because there are some specialty plants here that I feel very much warrant being discussed, showcased, and appreciated. Beautiful trail up here. Could be at least 3. I'm thinking at least 3 spotlight videos possible today. So let's see. I want to explore pretty much all the trails in the park. Just got to figure out how I want to do it, because there are a few branching trails. I'm on the main one right now. You can access the ridge with this one. The one that just branched off that way is the Daughters of the American Revolution Trail, also known as the DAR Trail. And that'll take you to a nicely wooded cove of Torrey pines. But I've seen image on Google Earth that there's been a lot of bark beetle damage in the area. So I know a lot of the trees had died. I've seen some other people's YouTube videos. There's definitely some destruction over there. The time I went in 2016, there were some dead trees, but there was a whole enchanted woodland up there on the DAR trail. It is definitely gorgeous out here. I think it's a giant ryegrass too. Elymus condensatus, I think that's what that might be. Very large perennial grass. Can grow way over your head. Lots of Laurel Sumac here, so that's one thing you'll definitely be seeing lots of on warm days. The scent of that plant has got a kind of a spicy, it's hard to describe. Some people liken it to apples. It doesn't smell like apple to me. That's where Malosma comes from. Mal from Greek, from apple, and osm for smell. It doesn't smell like apple to me. Some people might not appreciate the smell too much. I just think it was just another scent of the chaparral and coastal sage scrub. And I find it to be a pretty neat smell. Actually, where I'm walking right now, it just smells so fresh. The air is just delectable right now. Temperature-wise, we're going through a period of very nice weather. temperatures near, today is actually supposed to be a few to several degrees below average. Mine will get to the mid 60s over here today, where I live in OC, North Orange County. Might be in the mid to upper 60s, maybe like 68. And I keep seeing cottontails. I keep missing them. Look at this beautiful canyon. And of course, thick leafy Arbosantas over here too. You've seen my video, I shot video of this in the Santa Ana Mountains. But it's also here in the coastal lowlands, area of Dictyon crassifolium variety crassifolium. So that'll also contribute to the aromas. Of course, there's Salvia mellifera, our beautiful black sage. Look at that. Beautiful plant. It's a very gentle incline here. Very easy incline. Then we got bush mallows here. I'm assuming this is Malacothemis fasciculatus, variety fasciculatus, but I'm kind of have some trouble telling some of these apart. There are a few different species of Malacothemis, actually, but I'm assuming that's fasciculatus. Could be wrong. And Heteromeles arbudifolia toyon. And here's an interesting sight. Look at that really tall shrub right there. I should have gotten this one in bloom. This is Ceanothus verrucosus, wart stem ceanothus. Wish I got this in bloom, but you got to be here in the mid-winter months to get this one in bloom. It's one of the earliest native plants to bloom. It's going to seed already. And here's a plant I don't get to see very often, so I'm not in its habitat. It's Rhamnus crocea. This is the beautiful spiny redberry. Usually I see its close relative, Rhamnus licifolia, both of which I've yet to spotlight. Definitely looking forward to this today. There's a fair amount of Rhamnus crocea around here. I don't know if I've ever shown that plant on film before. And of course, coastal sage scrub isn't complete here in Southern California without Rhus integrifolia. Good old lemonade sumac, or lemonade berry as a lot of people like to call it. And here's one. This is a coastal chemise. This is Adenostoma fasciculata variety obtusifolium. Funny thing is a lot of books and field guides will say that San Diego chemise, or coastal chemise as this one is more stunted and smaller than common chemise. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Big time. This is a big one. This is not a stunted coastal chemise by any stretch. You can tell it's coastal chemise. These leaves are more rounded, fleshier, shorter, and more blunt tipped. Obtusifolium, blunt tipped, a blunt leaf. There's actually quite a bit of that here, but it doesn't look stunted to me, does it? That's at least as tall as most other chemise variety fasciculatum that I see in the mountain foothills. Well, my battery's about to die, so it's going to be time to change. So clip number 2 will feature me up towards the ridge line.